Hi, Days fans. It's Monday, November 22nd. It's actually November 23rd, the morning of. And we just got finished watching Days. We fell asleep last night. Not any indication of the quality of the show.
No, but JB and Jack made this awesome ratatouille.
Oh, I wish there was more left.
I know, and I was so invested in that it put me into a slumber or something.
Anyway, it's another Sammy wedding.
Oh, yeah.
We were trying to figure out how many times has Sammy been to the altar. And I don't know that anybody can count that high.
If you guys have a montage that you already know about on YouTube, or if you want to make one of all of Sammy's weddings, I would very much appreciate that. You can send us a link. I was thinking when they had to pull this wedding off so quick, it kind of comes in handy that she has like 18 dresses already in her closet. Remember when she used to keep them there?
They pulled that wedding together quickly.
Yeah, they sure did.
My
she
God.
looked gorgeous.
Yeah, she did.
Davey said, that dress is okay, and Jack's like, yeah, that dress is okay. It was pretty. Maybe I'll wear something like that for our wedding renewal.
Now that they got the weddings out of the church, the dresses seem to have come down a notch in overstatement.
You mean now that the budget's a mess?
Yeah, that too. But you know, maybe we'll go back to the wedding, but really the most important scenes today were EJ and Nicole.
Oh, yeah.
The sort of, she was pleading her case, and she's playing the card, and we have probably mentioned this many times before, but we have been talking about it for a while. She is playing the, I saved your child. You would have never seen Sydney,
never.
and the whole reason I did this baby switching thing was to bring you your biological child. You would have been stuck with some strange, God, it was so complicated. I can't remember exactly how it all turned around.
So you would have had Grace that would have died.
Well, yeah.
You would have had the baby that died.
Nicole would have said, I lost the baby. That would have been it. Probably would have been kicked out of the house. And then Sammy would have run away with Sydney and never told EJ the...
Oh, yeah, that too.
That's what would have happened.
But he also, if she hadn't switched the babies, he would have been the one experiencing Grace's death, which he did after the fact, but I'm sure it wasn't quite as bad as having raised her for the first 6 months.
Yeah. So.
I think that I've said a million times how I love the tenderness that Nicole and EJ had way back in the beginning before she got pregnant. You know, they were really cute, and I don't know if tender is the right word for then. Then it was more flirty cute. But she is being honest with him now for the very first time in over 2 years.
And he's starting to bite. He's
the look in his eyes.
He had this little temper tantrum, and now he's calming down, and he's sort of contemplating the idea of sharing Sydney with Nicole.
And having, a hot little mama to help raise his baby with him. I mean, if you're a single guy and you're dating, I would think one of the major things you're looking for is a woman who's going to really love your kids and not be Cinderella stepmom,
Yeah.
And, oh, bingo, he has a woman who he already knows is pretty good in bed. She's an amazing mother to Sydney, and she's hot.
Pretty good in bed.
Well, you can tell he enjoyed himself in those scenes, other than the fact he was fantasizing.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up. She could have been that good. Sorry, Nicole.
I'm sorry. I still think he was enjoying himself.
Okay.
Anyhow, she's got the trifecta. She's a good mom, she's hot, and she's the other thing.
Okay.
And that's just what every man wants.
All right.
Okay.
So it's interesting how EJ wants to know, why did you go to Sammy first? I mean, he is deeply hurt. Deeply hurt. If you had come to me first, we would not be having this conversation about whether or not you can see Sydney.
He's still a little miffed with her, because had it not been for her, he would be happily married to Sammy with all his kids right now.
Yeah.
But, her little tendency to get a hold of media forms that are not favorable to EJ, recordings, if you will. But this one is good for EJ.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We haven't talked about the fact that, not today, but the last episode, Sammy totally threw Kate under the bus. She's
Kate
had never called me, and he didn't even really react?
When Stefano gets wind of that,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
going to freaking string her up in that dungeon.
Yeah, she better hope and pray that he's, like, tied down getting his blood drawn to find out if he's Chad's daddy. Those were some awesome scenes. What was
Chad
up with that
and
nurse?
holding his hand.
Yeah.
Took an $80 bribe. Come on, Stefano, you can do better than
Are
that.
those 20s or 100s?
20s.
Are you sure?
No, maybe. They looked like 20s.
I don't think anybody's going to take a chance on losing their job for $80. That's
I
not
know.
even one shift. But when the nurse went to he's like, take his blood first, and she went over and took him by the hand, and she's thinking, hey, these people are using me, bribing me. I'm going to get me a little Chad candy.
So,
Those two would be cute together. Maybe he'll hook up with her.
you were saying that possibly Chad and Melanie now. This is a super long shot, but they're in the, what?
But I said that was just for you and I.
Oh, I didn't write that down. Oh, okay. Then we won't, well, can I finish the thought?
Yes.
Well, they're in the same room, first time ever. Not even in the same scene, but they were...
Whenever they mention people to each other.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else do we have on here? I was a little dissatisfied with the timeline. Okay, so when Sammy got home from the funeral and her and Rafe, celebrated life or whatever you want to call it in the bedroom, she and him came out and they were laughing because they both had plaid shirts on. So she still has the plaid shirt on. He no longer does. So that to me infers that we are still dealing with the day that they had the funeral for Ariana. Or the memorial. They can't have funerals because we don't have churches. But the memorial, the wake. So then they go to the Brady pub to tell Gabby about the wedding. And Gabby's working. Like,
Yeah,
would she really be working the night that she... I don't know.
Where does Gabby live? Does she live with her mom?
I thought she lived above the pub, too.
So she's a high schooler living on her own?
No, JV, they never really get into that. And I don't think she's in high school anymore, either.
What?
I think they sore-assed all these kids.
Oh, okay. So they're all in college?
Although, Will did say recently when they were trying to steal the purse that, I'm
Didn't he have an algebra test or something?
Yeah, and then he said, well, that could be college. But he said, because most high schoolers aren't running home in the middle of the day. But he said, I'm on the high school cross-country team, and my leg really hurts. I need ice.
Oh.
So that's all I have for today. What do you got, baby? Alright, this lighting is horrible. Should we open the curtain?
Here, hold on. We can maybe... Whoops.
Oh, my jammies are showing. I'm only dressed from the waist up.
It was a split second.
Should we open this? 'Cause it's
What about
horrible.
Victor? We didn't talk about
No,
Victor.
yes,
No,
yes.
that would make it worse.
Okay.
Oh,
Victor got tasered.
Yeah, but his reaction was like, when you get tasered, you're like, ah! Not speaking from personal experience, just YouTube videos.
I don't want to even go there.
What?
I don't want to know about you being tasered or anything.
I've never been tasered. There's a famous, don't tase me, dude. You've never heard of that guy? Oh, it's a famous viral video.
Okay.
The guy gets tasered. Then there's sites on the internet specifically where you can see women getting tasered just for enjoyment.
Okay. Alright. I told you I didn't want to hear about
Anyway,
this.
the reaction is a little bit different than what Victor... But
I'm
that's
sure it was.
So is he hallucinating that Vivian is there?
No, she's there. And
Wow.
he's like, wow,
C'est moi.
you're looking up and about. And she's leaning against the sarcophagus with her scarf.
Yeah.
You were going to rue the day you were born. This is a lot of good stuff. I don't even know. Is this sweeps week? It must be. Because we got the awesome storyline with Victor. We got awesome storyline with Chad and Stefano. Awesome storyline with EJ and Nicole and Rafe and Sammy. I mean, what isn't awesome right now? Who doesn't have a really killer storyline right now?
That butler dude over at the Kiriakis mansion.
Henderson.
Yeah, his storyline's kind of lame.
Yeah, but for all we know, he's going to be the one to save Stefano.
But yeah, they got everybody revved up. You know,
Even he's getting more scenes lately because of this whole sarcophagus thing too. Believe you me.
Do it for Sydney.
Oh yeah.
That's...
I hope they get married tonight too. I hope they decide to run down to the park and get married, and they bust in on Sammy and Rafe's
a double wedding.
That'd be cool.
All right, what else you got? Anything?
I don't got nothing.
All right, he's a couple that watches Days together.
Stays together.